Have you ever felt like you're not just the actor on the screen of your life, but also the one sitting in the audience watching the entire film play out? What if every version of you, across every possible dimension, is being held by a wiser, more loving you? A you that remembers what you've forgotten, sees what you cannot, and loves you without condition? And what if learning to talk with that wiser you is one of the most important tasks of our time? Stay with me. In this video, we'll explore the Oversoul, also known as the higher self, the part of you that lives beyond space and time. We'll journey through simple analogies, explain how the Oversoul works, its role as a guide, how to communicate with it, and how it differs from a spirit guide. By the end, you won't just understand the map, you'll be ready to walk it. Remember, everything shared here honors your free will. Take only what resonates. Even the smallest spark of awareness contributes to the rise of human civilization. If none of this aligns, simply enjoy it as a story or pure entertainment. The universe is vast, and truth often stretches far beyond what our senses can measure. Shall we begin? Let's start with a simple picture. Imagine you're in a cinema. On the screen, a life that looks like yours is playing out. Your on-screen self runs and rests, cries and laughs, makes mistakes and learns. On that screen, time is a straight line, with scenes unfolding one by one. But in the seat behind the projector, a deeper you is watching the whole story. That watcher is your higher self, your Oversoul. It doesn't live inside the scenes. It holds the entire reel of film at once. This is a practical way to think about our multidimensional lives. Your day-to-day self is the actor in the third dimension, where the world feels solid and time feels linear. The fourth dimension is more fluid, where emotions and energy are more transparent and intuition feels louder. The fifth dimension is higher still, a place where unity is natural and creativity is instantaneous. The Oversoul lives in the sixth dimension. It sits outside your timelines and sees them all together, not trapped by a single day, identity, or outcome. Have you ever felt a sense of déjà vu, a moment you've seen before it happened, or woken from a dream with a message wiser than anything you could tell yourself? These are small leaks in the wall between the actor and the watcher. They are common and they are invitations. So yes, you're here in the third dimension right now, but at the same time, aspects of you are touching the fourth and fifth. And above it all, the Oversoul in the sixth dimension observes, guides, and gently steers you toward growth. If this is true, what does it ask of us today? It asks us to remember who we are and to learn how to listen. So, why is understanding and communicating with the Oversoul so important right now? Because our attention has become fragmented. We carry devices that pull our focus in 100 different directions. We're trained to react, not to listen. The Oversoul speaks softly. It arrives as intuition, synchronicity, dreams, and the stillness beneath your thoughts. To hear it, you have to learn to pause. Imagine the difference between choppy radio static and a clear broadcast. The Oversoul's transmission is steady. It's our minds that create the static. A century ago, the world was slower, and silence was easier to find. Today, we must choose silence. We must practice it and become responsible for the quality of our attention. And here's the promise. When you learn to communicate with your Oversoul, you become less reactive and more creative. You carry peace into chaos. You sense the lesson inside the problem and the opportunity inside the delay. You feel guided. Is it really possible to talk with a part of yourself that seems so far away? It is. And the path is surprisingly simple. Before we get to the how, let's ground this with a friendly picture. Think of a home Wi-Fi router. The router is a central source, sending a signal to many devices throughout the house. A phone in the kitchen, a laptop in the bedroom, a tablet in the living room. Each device has different apps open, different tasks running, different screens glowing. From the device's point of view, life is busy and immediate, but all of them draw from one single signal. In this analogy, the router is your Oversoul. The devices are your various aspects in different dimensions and timelines. The signal is consciousness itself. Or let's go back to the cinema analogy. The actor on screen is your day-to-day self. The watcher in the audience is your Oversoul. The projector is the stream of life force flowing through you, and the film is your timeline. Do you see how both images share the same truth? There's a wider you and a local you. The wider you is calm, inclusive, and patient. The local you is focused, selective, and often hurried. The art of a spiritual life is to let them meet in the same room. Let's name things clearly. The Oversoul is not a stranger. It is you, more fully realized. It's the version of you that has integrated all its love and wisdom. It has matured through many lives and crossed the river of forgetting. It lives where time isn't a chain, but a field. Because it stands outside the clock, the Oversoul holds all of your possible paths. You can imagine it as a library that contains every edition of your life story. Some editions have already been read. Some are still being written. The Oversoul doesn't force you to pick a certain book. It simply knows where the chapter you need is waiting. So where does it reside? In the sixth dimension. This realm is often described as the density of unity, where love and wisdom are perfectly balanced. From there, the Oversoul can see all the versions of you moving through the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions. Here's a gentle paradox. The Oversoul is often called your future self, because from our linear view of time, it has already become what you are becoming. And yet, it is also fully present, because beyond time, everything is now. If the language feels confusing, let the feeling be simple. This is the most complete you, and it is available right now. Is the higher self just a cloud of ideas or a real presence? It is a presence. It can be felt, known, and trusted. Many traditions point to this same truth with different names. In Vedanta, it's the Atman. In mystical Christianity, it's the Christ consciousness. In Theosophy, it's the monad. The words change, but the reality does not. So, what does the Oversoul actually do for you day to day? 3 things above all. First, it guards and guides. Before you were born, your Oversoul helped design the key themes of this life. It looked at what your heart had learned and what it still wished to master. It places gentle obstacles and clear opportunities in your path. It arranged meetings with souls who would challenge you and souls who would love you into remembering who you are. Second, it provides a catalyst. A catalyst is any experience that invites growth. Sometimes it's tender, a new friendship that opens your heart or a book that changes your mind. Sometimes it's fierce, a loss that humbles you or a delay that quiets you. The Oversoul doesn't punish, it teaches. It bends life toward the lesson you asked for. Third, it protects your freedom. The Oversoul deeply respects your free will. It does not override your choices. It may nudge, whisper, or shape the timing, but it will not force you. This is why listening matters. If you turn toward the Oversoul, you walk with a lantern. If you ignore it, you still move forward, but you might stub your toe on stones that could have been seen. Have you ever noticed how certain doors open with very little effort, while others stay closed no matter how hard you knock? Often, the difference is alignment with the plan your Oversoul set with you. When your actions echo the lesson, paths clear. When your actions fight the lesson, the path becomes educational in other ways. Thank you so much for exploring these ideas with me today. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more journeys into consciousness. See you in the next one. Ready to move from theory to practice? Let's build a real, living dialogue with your higher self. We'll explore simple, steady methods to keep that connection clear, even when life gets noisy. So, how do we build this relationship with our Oversoul? Let's keep it super plain and practical. First up, daily stillness. I want you to sit each day, even if it's just for a few minutes, and just let your mind settle. You don't need to force your thoughts to disappear. Instead, just rest your attention on your breath, right at your nostrils. Feel the cool air as you inhale and the warmth as you exhale. When your mind wanders off, and it will, just gently guide your focus back. This simple act trains your attention and starts to open up your third eye, that indigo energy center the Oversoul uses to communicate. Method 2. Ask simple, sincere questions. Before you even start your day, place a hand over your heart and ask your Oversoul, "What would you have me learn today?" Then follow it up with, "Higher self, what action would express love and wisdom right now?" Grab a notebook and write down the very first quiet answers that pop into your head. They might seem small or really practical. The key is to act on them. Trust is built through action. Method 3 is all about following synchronicity. The Oversoul is a master at arranging meaningful coincidences. You know what I'm talking about? You think of an old friend and suddenly your phone rings and it's them. Or you hear about the same book in 2 different conversations in one afternoon. Maybe a stranger says the exact words you needed to hear. When you notice these patterns repeating, just pause. Ask, what are you showing me? And then, take that small next step that your heart is nudging you towards. Fourth, let's try some dream dialogue. Before you drift off to sleep, set a clear intention. Say, Oversoul, please speak to me tonight in a way I can remember. Keep a notebook right by your bed. The moment you wake up, write down the feeling of the dream first, then the images. You can even ask a follow-up question right there on the page. What is the one sentence you want me to carry with me today? Let a short answer surface, and then live with that single piece of wisdom for the next 24 hours. Method 5 is embodied attention. This means bringing your full awareness into simple, everyday movements. As you walk, truly feel the lifting of one foot and the placing of it back down. Pay attention to all the sensations in your legs. This practice anchors you firmly in the present moment. And why is that important? Because the present is the only place you can meet your Oversoul. It's that magical point where time and timelessness overlap. Next, Method 6, heart coherence. Your heart is the gateway to higher guidance. Try this. Breathe slowly and deeply into your heart area. Bring to mind a memory of pure gratitude or a moment of deep kindness. Let that warm, fuzzy feeling expand. Then, from inside that warmth, ask your question. The answers that arise from this state of calm and compassion carry the unmistakable signature of your Oversoul. And finally, Method 7, energy balance. It's just so much easier to hear that gentle inner voice when your internal systems are steady and balanced. This is about basic self-care. Care for your body, drink plenty of water, eat vibrant, living foods, get deep, restful sleep, spend time in nature, and be mindful of your words. Speak truthfully and kindly. These simple acts align your lower energy centers and clear the channel for higher wisdom to flow through. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know it's my Oversoul and not just a loud thought? Guidance from the Oversoul has a few distinct qualities. It's always calm, never frantic. It's clear, but never cruel. It's consistent, not slippery or confusing. It respects others just as much as it respects you. And when you follow it, even if the path feels challenging, you'll feel this sense of quiet rightness deep in your chest. Will you get this perfect on day one? Of course not. This is like building any friendship. It takes time. Just show up, listen well, and keep your promises to act on what you hear. A question I get a lot is my Oversoul the same as my spirit guide? The short answer is no. They are definitely related and they work together, but they aren't the same thing. Your Oversoul is you, the part of you that exists beyond the veil. It's your own 6th dimensional self, the master copy holding the library of all your timelines. Its guidance feels so intimate because it is literally your own wisdom reaching back to support you. A spirit guide, on the other hand, is a distinct, separate consciousness. A guide could be an ancestor, a teacher who once walked the earth, or even a highly evolved being who volunteers to help us. Some guides have had human lives and have grown into a role of service. Others might come from angelic or star lineages. Guides can inspire you, protect you, and point you toward your lessons, but they aren't the owner of your life plan. They honor the plan your Oversoul designed with you before you came here. Think of it like an orchestra. Your Oversoul is the composer who knows the entire score, from the first note to the final movement. Spirit guides are the expert musicians in the orchestra, helping you play your individual part with skill and grace. Both are essential, both are loving, and both are here to serve your highest good. The Oversoul holds the blueprint. Guides help you build the house. So in practice, how can you tell them apart? Guidance from the Oversoul often feels like recognition. It's like your own inner voice speaking from a very deep place within. It has the tone of memory, of coming home, as if you're remembering something you already knew rather than being told something new. Communication from a spirit guide often feels like it's coming from just outside of you, a gentle nudge, a supportive whisper, or a comforting, protective presence. You might notice these different flavors of awareness. One is rooted deep inside your own consciousness, while the other arrives from just beyond it. Trust your feelings and your inner sense to notice the difference, and let your own experience be your best teacher. Let's weave in a little thread from modern physics, but keep it simple. In quantum theory, the act of observation literally shapes the world we see. Particles exist as a cloud of possibilities until they are measured, and only then do they collapse into one specific state. In a spiritual sense, your Oversoul operates at that level of pure possibility. Your attention and your choices are what collapse one of those possibilities into your lived, day-to-day experience. Your Oversoul doesn't choose for you. It simply shows you a much wider menu of options. And what about time? In physics, we know time isn't as rigid as our clocks make it seem. Time can bend and stretch. In the same way, when you connect with the guidance of your Oversoul, your personal sense of timing often shifts. The right person shows up exactly when you finally relax. The right answer appears the moment you stop forcing it. You're not performing magic tricks. You're just aligning with the natural flow of the universe that your Oversoul already sees so clearly. Does this mean you can just think positive and skip all your lessons? No. The Oversoul loves you way too much for that. It keeps the curriculum intact because that's how you grow. What changes is your posture. You stop fighting the river and you learn to swim with it. And when you do that, even the hard moments become filled with meaning, and that meaning makes any load feel lighter. Okay, let's turn all these ideas into a practical daily rhythm you can actually stick with. Here's a simple practice cycle for the next 28 days. In the morning, sit for just 10 minutes. Focus on your breath at your nostrils. Ask your Oversoul 2 questions. What am I learning today? And what is the kindest step I can take? Write down the first quiet answers that come. At midday, just pause for 3 slow breaths. Bring your attention into your heart space. Ask yourself, am I still aligned with the step I chose this morning? Make a gentle adjustment if you need to. In the evening, take a 5-minute walk, but with your full attention on your legs. Really feel each step. When your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to the physical sensation of walking. And at night, before you sleep, extend an invitation. Say, Oversoul, please teach me through a dream I can remember. In the morning, write down 1 sentence from the dream and 1 lesson from it that you can live out that day. Just do this for 4 weeks, and please keep your expectations small. The point isn't to see fireworks. The point is to build a stable, reliable signal. What if nothing happens at first? Trust me, something is happening. You are rewiring your attention. You are pressing the same doorbell every single day. One day, you will hear footsteps on the other side. On this journey, you're going to meet some common obstacles. First, the restless mind. The solution? Don't fight your thoughts. Thank them for their hard work and just invite them to sit beside you while your heart leads for a little while. Then there's impatience. Solution. Remember that your Oversoul lives outside of time. Your schedule is not the whole story. Just ask for the next honest step, not the next 10 steps. What about the fear of being wrong? The solution is to move in small, gentle experiments. Take actions you can easily reverse. Let the results be your teacher. Guidance grows through feedback. Another one is spiritual pride. The solution here is to always keep a beginner's mind. Bow to life. Share the credit. Let humility be your oxygen. And what about emotional storms? Solution. Feel your feelings fully and safely. Place a hand on your body where the sensation is strongest and just breathe into that spot. When the wave passes, ask your Oversoul what that wave was teaching you. Finally, distraction. We all deal with it. The solution is to create tiny rituals. Leave your journal open on your desk. Put a glass of water by your meditation seat. Pair your new practice with something you already do every day, like making tea or brushing your teeth. Consistency always beats intensity. Are these small ideas really enough for such a big journey? Yes, absolutely. Real, lasting growth is always built from small, faithful acts, repeated over and over again with love. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this resonated with you, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more content like this. It truly helps the channel grow. See you next time. Welcome back. In our final session together, we're moving from theory to practice, from knowing to living. We're stepping into integration, becoming a living bridge between dimensions, and carrying this profound wisdom into our homes, our communities, and the very choices that shape our collective future. So, how do you live as a bridge between dimensions? It's simpler than it sounds. When you learn to lean into your Oversoul, your entire life becomes this bridge. In the third dimension, your feet are still on the ground. You show up for your family, your work, your community. You pay your bills and you keep your word. But your inner posture changes. You start moving with a sense of purpose instead of just pressure. You choose meaningful service over empty spectacle. Simultaneously, in the fourth dimension, you start to feel energy more clearly. You can walk into a room and sense the emotional weather. You practice coherence, that beautiful state where your heart and mind are in sync. You learn to harmonize with life rather than trying to control it. Then, in the fifth dimension, your creativity feels immediate, almost electric. You speak from a place of unity, not division. You design your days from a foundation of love outward, not fear inward. And above it all, holding you steady, is the Oversoul in the sixth dimension. When you slip, it waits patiently. When you listen, it smiles. And when you love, it pours even more light through you. What's the real-world result of living this way? You become a calm person to be around. Your presence is soothing. You become a clear mirror for others, reflecting their own light back to them. You bless people without even trying. Your home transforms into a small sanctuary, not because of fancy decorations, but because of the quality of attention and love you bring into the space. Is this the work of a lifetime? Yes, it absolutely is. But is it also available to you in this very hour? Also, yes. Let's try a short, powerful practice together right now. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your lower belly. If it feels safe for you, gently close your eyes. Just breathe normally, without forcing anything. Now, as you inhale, imagine a soft, gentle light entering through the crown of your head. As you exhale, imagine that light settling warmly in your heart space. In the quiet of your mind, whisper inwardly, "Oversoul, I am listening." Then ask one clear, simple question. For example, what do you want me to remember today? Don't chase an answer. Just be still and open. Let a word, an image, or a feeling rise to the surface. Whatever arrives, just bow to it internally. Say, "Thank you." And if nothing arrives, bow to the silence. The silence itself is a form of guidance. It's strengthening your muscle of attention. Now, when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Take a moment to write down one single sentence that describes what you felt or experienced. Then, promise yourself one small action that aligns with that message. And here's the key. Keep that promise before the day ends. This is the simple, beautiful craft of building a friendship with your Oversoul. Listen, receive, act, review, and repeat. Let's clear up a few common questions that I often get using plain, simple language. First, is the Oversoul the same thing as my intuition? Think of it this way. Your intuition is like the radio, and the Oversoul is the radio station broadcasting the signal. Intuition is one of the primary channels the Oversoul uses to communicate with you. Next, can the higher self or Oversoul be wrong? The Oversoul's intention is always pure and for your highest good, but we, as humans, can mishear or misinterpret the message. This is exactly why humility and patient testing are so important. Don't be afraid to ask for signs. Move forward in small, manageable steps and pay close attention to the results. What about free will? Your free will is sacred and always remains yours. The Oversoul offers you a compass, not a cage. It will never break your will or force you down a path. It will, however, educate your will, showing you choices that lead to greater love, wisdom, and joy. How many spirit guides can a person have? It really varies. Some people work closely with one primary guide for decades. Others find that different guides appear as they move through different seasons of life, offering specific wisdom for the lessons at hand. Guides may come and go based on your needs. The Oversoul, however, does not come and go. It is always present. And finally, can I help someone else connect with their Oversoul? Yes, but the key is to do it gently. The most powerful way is to model the practice in your own life. Share your experiences without any pressure. You can offer tools, like the exercise we just did, but never conclusions. Each person must choose their own timing for this journey. This path isn't just personal, it has a profound ripple effect. As more and more people learn to listen upward to their Oversoul, our communities naturally become kinder. Conflicts resolve with less drama. Creativity blossoms. Service becomes a natural impulse, not a chore. You don't need to preach a single word. You only need to embody this connection. When you are aligned with your Oversoul, your very presence gives others unspoken permission to trust their own inner guidance. A true teacher isn't someone with all the answers. A true teacher is a living invitation. So what does a community guided by the Oversoul actually look like? It looks like neighbors who check on one another without being asked. It looks like workplaces where value is measured not just by productivity, but by integrity and well-being. It looks like schools where a child's natural curiosity is nurtured and moments of quiet reflection are honored. Is this naive idealism? Not at all. It's incredibly practical. People think better, work better, and live better when they feel safe. Safety grows when hearts are open, and hearts open when they feel seen and heard. This all begins with listening that starts at home, in that quiet, sacred place where you touch your Oversoul. So let's gather all these threads together for a final integration. We humans are complex, multidimensional beings. We live our daily lives in the third dimension, while simultaneously touching the subtle energies of the fourth and the creative flow of the fifth. Above all of this, the Oversoul, residing in the sixth dimension, watches over us, remembers our soul's purpose, and gently guides our way. A key task for us right now is to consciously understand and communicate with this Oversoul. We do this through simple daily practices, moments of stillness, asking simple questions, noticing synchronicities, paying attention to our dreams, cultivating heart coherence, and living with honesty and integrity. The Oversoul is your fully realized self, existing beyond time. It co-planned the major themes of your life with you, provided the catalyst for your growth, and always protects your freedom to choose. Spirit guides are loving allies who assist you within that larger plan. Think of it this way. The Oversoul holds the blueprint for your life's masterpiece, and the guides are the friendly crew helping you build it. Will you forget all of this tomorrow morning? Maybe. Life gets busy. But will you remember it again? Absolutely. Practice is the bridge that always leads you back. So what's the next good step? Choose one small ritual, like the breathing exercise we did, and commit to it for 28 days. Keep the promises you make to your own soul. Let this beautiful friendship grow. If this journey has helped you see yourself in a new and loving light, please tell me in the comments what part spoke to you the most. Did a specific practice resonate? Did one of the stories land for you? What question would you like me to explore next? If you found value here, please like this video, share it with someone who you feel is ready to remember their own inner connection, and subscribe for more deep dives into consciousness and the practical path of awakening. Above all, please take this with you. You are not just the actor playing a role on the screen of life. You are also the patient, loving watcher who knows the whole story and loves every single character unconditionally. When you live from that place, you bring a little more heaven into the world. Thank you for being here.